Alright, so I didn't feel like I got to really give enough info about Evil Dead Burn in my less than a minute video, so I thought I'd just make a full video real quick. It is really a story about bad relationships. You don't really like any of the people in it. That's kind of the point. Uh, it's good. It's a good film. I would still give it like an 8 out of 10. That third act is rough. It feels like it veered away so far from what it was doing that it really kind of threw me off. We'll get there. Starts off with your main character, Allison. I think her name is Allison, and you can tell, struggling with her boyfriend. It does show a little bit of what happens at the end of Rise, where you see the girl that got possessed, that started Rise and then ended Rise, is there. She sees the boyfriend, the abusive boyfriend, after he leaves when he was drunk driving, takes him out. He takes her out, let's be honest, and then he burns to death while she pretty much laughs at him, says she wants the family. They end up having, he dies. They go to the funeral. You can tell the rest of the family don't like the wife, but it was fine. They're kind of pushing through at this point. The dad is already kind of a creepy looking dude, so it just works out good for when he's going to be a deadite. He's pretty much the first one to be possessed. When he sees his son get out of the casket, you don't even see him, so you knew it was going to be a fucking final boss in the moment. But anyways, he gets possessed. They get back to the house. The main son is being bashed for not taking care of this home by the dad, but the dad's just getting angry. They finally start to push to the point to where the dad is starting to snap. He murders a dog, stabbing it 100 times in the face. Move on from there. They go to take the dad to the hospital. Dad goes full deadite. Fucks up the son. He's about to kill the wife of the son. Wife screams for help. The son runs away. Leaves his wife there to get killed by his dad because he didn't have the balls to kill his dad. So then the wife turns into a deadite. You see this in the trailer. He comes back and the wife comes in with the car seat through her mouth. And they do the cheers to the family, that whole thing. But you really start to see, like, oh, this son is a piece of crap. The dad wasn't a great dude. The mom hates the girlfriend that died, or the girlfriend whose husband died. It's all over the place when it comes to that. It's just a lot of hatred. Anyways, they keep going. This is when it really starts to pick up. I would say that the action was nonstop. It felt very good for most of the time. But the main girl, Allison, gets this, like, weed whacker saw thing. And it's supposed to be, like, the chainsaw for it. I swear to God, she doesn't know how to fucking hold on to anything. She drops that thing the moment she has a chance to use it. And she does it the whole movie. There's times where we'll get there, but there's other weapons too where she just keeps fucking dropping them too. So they're going. They take out they're getting ready to take out the sister or the girlfriend of the son because she's talking crazy, pretty much calling him a pussy. He ends up murdering his girlfriend or fiance or wife, whatever it was. But he wouldn't kill his own dad. And then the whole time I'm just like, you're still a wuss, man. Like, you're still a wuss. I don't care what the hell happened. So they get past that. The dad goes to get into the house. The grandma's hilarious. There's a grandma in this movie. She is hilarious the whole time. She is your comedic relief that they're trying to use the Evil Dead comedy in, even though it's not really Evil Dead comedy at this point. It's just like comedy. But so they get through that. I don't have any of this written down. I'm just going off the top of my head from a movie I saw yesterday. You get through that. The dad's trying to get into the house. he gets his wife, who the shitty mom, pretty much just allows him in. After the grandma gets her, she gets turned. He pretty much convinces his wife to let him in. It's like way too long of a makeout scene between the wife and the husband, who's a deadite. It's gross. It's super gross. There's a few real gross parts in this movie. That was probably the grossest to me. Takes her forever to turn, which I didn't understand. But they're going. The dad's in the house. All hell's breaking loose. He's fucking beating the shit out of his son. I think he ends up killing his son just by brutally throwing him all over the place. Son turns into a deadite. The mom's a deadite. Pretty much at this point. The Allison, I think is her name, gets into the attic. What they're trying to do, all the deadites are trying to find this dagger. This dagger can kill deadites, so they want to destroy it. So she's trying to find that. She ends up finding a bag full of daggers. She's up in the attic, and her husband, boyfriend, fiance, whatever, breaks in. Hey, yada yada yada. I'm gonna kill you. All that deadite shit. She grabs a dagger from Evil Dead 2, and hold on 1 second. All right, sorry. So she grabs a dagger from Evil Dead 2 and stabs him. And it is a very funny moment because even the Deadites like, that's the wrong one. They're trying to let them know, like, they're trying to separate these universes. Yes, still Evil Dead, but it's a different universe. It just has to be. I think that was their way of putting their foot down on, like, I don't know if Bruce Campbell's coming back. I think it's Evil Dead, but with new people. I think that's what they're doing. Different universe is what it is. She ends up finding the little dagger. It looks like ass. It's just this little tiny thing, but I guess that's the point of it. Kills her boyfriend, fiance, husband, whatever. This is when it all starts to really go downhill for me. As she gets out of there, pretty much kills off everybody. She lights the place on fire. And her ex-husband that died at the beginning is now like the final boss, And it's this terrible CG burnt body. It looks fucking awful. And while she's like running away, she drops the goddamn dagger. I don't even know how many times. One time she drops it. I swear she drops it. Falls into this like tar pit thing. And he would have had to, the CG shitty looking mummy knockoff would have had to walk over the knife to get to her to ask her where the knife is. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But anyways, it gets to the point where she crushes his head with her bare hands. And the movie pretty much ends like everything stops. Ambulance driver asks her, hey, what happened? Who did this? She says, my ex-husband. So it's like definitely leaning into the abuse stuff. Goes to the first end credit scene. Grandma still alive. Well, deadite alive. Crawling on the side of the road with only half a body. And the woman pulls up to see if she's okay. She gets like scratched a bit. And that's them intending like, oh, it's still going to keep going, obviously. I think it would have been better to bring back 2013 Mia, like Evil Dead 2013 reboot. The main girl from that, I think she should have just pulled up and killed the grandma. And there shouldn't have been, like, there's still deadites out there. We all know that. But then they go to the second end credit scene where it's the main deadite from Evil Dead Rise comes back. And I think it was her daughter, the one that survived. She ends up killing her and says, like, mommy's back. And that's how the second end credit scene ended. Which they're intending on bringing her back and maybe pushing her back in time because Ra's going to be in the past. I don't know how that's going to go. But I just want to give more of a description of Evil Dead. Like I said, 8 out of 10. First and second act are awesome. Really great pace. throughout the entire movie, really great pace. Just terrible CGI monster at the end. That's about it, though. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers just to do live streams. And please check out my movie. I have a movie out, horror short called Quick Cash. So if you have any time, please check that out as well. All right, that's it. Bye.